and welcome to the Snow Show. This is the show about snow.
Here we are at Hotham on the Roadrunner chairlift, taking us to the summit, some of the best beginner skiing in Australia.
Charlie, didn't you used to teach skiing here?
I used to, and I still do occasionally. Okay, let's tell them what's in the show.
In today's show, Charlie and Elise are going to take you to the South Island of New Zealand to the remarkable ski area.
Marcus has another snow driving tip.
But first, Charlie and I are going to take you to Panorama Mountain Village in British Columbia, Canada.
Last time, Ramona and I took you to North America's newest and wildest ski resort, Kicking Horse in British Columbia, Canada, where we tackled some amazing steeps and great groomers. Today we jump on Highway 95 and travel south to Panorama Mountain Village. Famous for its slopeside hot pools, huge vertical and the nearby RK Heli-Ski complex. Driving from Kicking Horse to Panorama is a short yet impressive journey traversing the Columbia River Valley. Looking out for bighorn sheep and onto the thriving lakeside village of Invermere, gateway to Panorama and the Purcell Mountain Wilderness.
Charlie and I were eager to get out there. 3 high-speed quads and we were at the summit, 2,400 metres above sea level. After checking the trail map, our first choice was 1,000 Peaks, named for its expansive views into the Canadian Rockies. Panorama is blessed with incredible vertical, 12,000 metres of it, the third most in British Columbia. From the summit, there are plenty of options to get you all the way to the bottom. From cruisy carving groomers to the extreme dream zone with plenty of double black diamond runs. Descending to the lower half of the mountain, the runs open up to a beginner's paradise. Panorama is famous for its School of Skiing, or SOS, rated as one of the best in North America.
Finishing our last run and heading to the slopeside bar, we were reminded that today was the patron saint of Ireland's special day. It is little known that St. Patrick, once a slave, was sent to the mountains, spending his time in prayer. With Western Canada a little light on fresh snow, Ramona and I decided that appeasing St. Paddy was our best bet for some fresh tracks. Later that night, to further please St. Patrick, we celebrated at Panorama's Jack Pine pub. I'm not sure if it was the green beer, my Irish jig, or the Celtic music. But either way, by tomorrow it was to pay off.
Next morning, long-time Panorama local and one-time Mount Buller ski instructor, Ken Wilder, meets us for breakfast in the falling snow that St. Patrick was nice enough to deliver. Ken has been in Panorama for over 30 years. We asked him why.
You find a great place and you tend to stick to it, and it is an interesting place. It hasn't been well known, but with really big mountain, big vertical.
What did you start off doing here? What was your first job at Panorama?
I came here as a ski instructor, teaching skiing, and got involved in skiing and ski teaching, and worked my way through the system over the years, and it's been good to me.
It was snowing pretty heavily, so it was time to get moving. First, Ken explains his pick for the morning.
I think we'll head into Tayton Bowl in the spring. It's got a good northeast aspect, and you really get good winter snow conditions there throughout the spring. So there's some good adventure terrain. So I think that's the spot.
Adventure terrain.
All right, and that's a new development for Panorama.
Yeah, exactly. It's an area that was actually exclusively heli-skiing for many years, and just recently, in the last few years, we made a deal with the heli-ski company and brought this big, it's almost 1,000 acres into our boundary, and it's now in a controlled area, but no grooming. It's terrain as it is, and quite wild and gnarly terrain, and a lot of fun. It really sort of is a good blend for Panoramic, known as big vertical, 4,000 vertical, of big cruisers and groomers and that kind of stuff. So Tayton Bowl really puts the other edge on the skiing. So for the adventure skier, snowboarder, it really puts some good stuff on the mountain, and it really now makes it an all-round kind of place.
Tayton Bowl it was, but no great run is earned without a bit of a hike. The Tayton Bowl opened up in 2002 and sits adjacent to the Panorama ski area, making it one of the most accessible backcountry experiences available. A quick traverse and there seems to be endless opportunities to drop into.
The three of us have a quick discussion at the top of the bowl. Ken suggested the Tanuxa chute. Sure, that sounds like a great idea. I'll go first. Oh. It seems my Irish luck had all run out.
You right, Charlie?
Yeah, but my ski's up there. Taiten Bowl, formerly only available to fortunate heli skiers, has been awarded some special accolades. Its unsculpted chutes, couloirs, cliff-hucking opportunities, hidden drops and untracked open pockets make it a backcountry gem for Panorama locals and any visiting hardcore riders. It is no wonder that Skiing Magazine voted it Best New Terrain in 2002. Awards aside, this natural playground speaks for itself. A few last turns to finish off our Taiten adventure, and it was goodbye to Ken, who had to go back to work. But for us, we were off to play, to Toby Creek Snowmobile Adventures, only 2 minutes from Panorama Mountain Village. With plenty of alpine snow, skiing and boarding was not the only way to enjoy the powder. Canadians love riding their doos and we love joining them. In the Alpine Bowls, we were let loose for some powder punching, do-loving Canadian-style fun, eh? Our fun had come to an end. One last rush down a frozen waterfall, then it was back down to the lowlands.
Back at the resort was the local slopestyle competition. We dropped in to check out the action. Not sure what you call this trick. These events attract a good crowd that are happy to watch the thrills and spills. Next morning, it was back to the mountain for some more turns. Charlie and I hit the bumps from the summit. Then enjoyed cruising the variety of runs Panorama is famous for. Up next, more of Panorama. Just across the valley from Panorama Mountain Village, a short stroll away is RK Heli Ski. This operation has been going since 1970, so we were in experienced backcountry hands. But it's not as easy as just buying a lift ticket and hitching a ride with the first available chopper. First there's the weigh-in, then we get breakfast, then the inside briefing by the head guide, Graham, checking out the map, skis prepared.
With these powder straps like so. So you basically put the skis base to base, lean them up against your shoulder, and then take these yellow straps. So when it comes time to get out. You guys can tune out as soon as I start talking to the skiers, okay?
Snowboards prepared. Helicopter brief.
This will take about 15 minutes to talk about safety around this Bell 212 helicopter after. So the seating configuration here is 5 people face forward, 4 in reverse, and then 2 back here in what we call the honeymoon suite. Okay? Now, receiving a signal, but I want everybody to go to 0 to 2, the quietest one.
Avalanche beacon training. And now we're finally ready to go heli skiing. This was my first time heli skiing, and although I've been in a chopper before, the sensation of hovering and peeling off sideways never gets old. Then the best part is being dropped in the remote alpine wilderness, miles from anywhere, and picking your own untracked line. You just can't beat it. The beauty of heli skiing is you know you don't have to compete for fresh tracks down the hill. There's enough space for everyone in your group. I even tried some natural rail slides. Though Charlie was a bit unsure about the urban culture in the wild. We were using a Huey, like the ones used in Vietnam that you see on the movies. Finish one run, then the chopper comes in to meet you. Riding in the helicopter is half the fun of going heli skiing. The anticipation of where you're going to next and the adventure of skiing a run you've never been to before. When RK heli ski started back in 1970, an aeroplane was used and it was limited to where it could land. Now with helicopters, they can service 75 people a day and have about 1,500 square kilometres to play in, giving you over 120 different landings and over 900 different runs. That's plenty of elbow space for any powder pig.
Yeah. How's that, everybody? How's that, everybody? Awesome. Good. Right. Good. All right.
And the piece of paper makes it all official. Heli skiing is a once-in-a-lifetime must-do for any keen skier or snowboarder. We loved our adventures at Panorama Mountain Village. However, we couldn't hang around. Charlie and I had a quick flight across British Columbia to Penticton and to the amazingly friendly Apex Mountain Resort. But that's another story you'll have to tune in next time to see.
If you like what you've just seen and would love to experience perfect panorama for yourself, here is a great deal we can offer you through SkiMax. Play at Panorama from $3,431 per person, which includes return flights to Cranbrook, transfers to Panorama Mountain Village, 7 nights at Ski Tip Lodge, and a 6-day lift pass. Conditions apply. Just think of the snow. Call SkiMax on 1300 136 997 or visit skimax.com.au.
Now it's time for another tip to help with your driving in the snow. Last time we looked at braking. This time we're looking at driving in poor visibility. Now I know it can be quite scary driving up an unfamiliar mountain road when the cloud is thick and the wind is howling, but it's really quite safe. All you have to do is take your time and drive within your visibility. Sounds obvious. If you have fog lights, use them, like here in the X-Trail. If you don't, keep your lights on low beam so people can see you coming through the thick cloud, and also hopefully they'll have their lights and you can see them coming. Now if you're driving at night, also use your low beam. High beam, it just reflects back off the cloud. The low beam gives you the best visibility along the road. In Australia, orange poles denote the side of the road. Make sure you know which side of the poles you need to drive. There are plenty of signs telling you. By now, we all should know our left from our right. Most importantly, take your time. If there's someone travelling faster than you, pull over and let them pass, just so you're not rushed and hassled. And for you people that are travelling faster, be mindful of the people that may be unfamiliar with the road. Next time, we're looking at driving down the hill. Till then, happy driving.
High in the Remarkables mountain range and only 45 minutes from New Zealand's adventure capital Queenstown is the Remarkables ski area.
Covering 700 hectares of true alpine terrain, the Remarkables would look more at home in the European Alps than the Southern Hemisphere. With its superior altitude, as Elise and I joyously found out, comes dry powder.
Regardless of whether you're a beginner or an expert, this untamed young ski area is renowned for its excitement and great family value, with kids under 10 skiing for free. I headed to the rolling, groomed trails of the Sugar Bowl and Outer Lifts, two of the Remarkables' 3 quad chairs, whilst Charlie searches for more fresh snow.
The Alta Bowl, one of the Remarkables' 3 sunny north-facing ski areas, offers incredible opportunities for wide, open, untracked powder stashes, narrow, cliff-lined pockets leading into tight, rock-bound chutes. This place is a serious playground for serious freeriders.
Now, this place really is amazing. It's got so many natural little hits with all these rocks around, and it's just like one big playground.
Oh, it is a beautiful place. You know, Elise, I'd go as far to say this place is remarkable.
Charlie, I guess that's why it's called the Remarkables. The scenery is absolutely specky. It's beautiful.
And not just that, the backcountry here is just amazing. For experts, this place is awesome. I've had a lot of fun here today.
Me too. We headed off the mountain. From one wild ride to another, no visit to Queenstown would be complete without a trip on the spectacular Shotover River. And what better way to do it than on the original Shotover jet boats? Highly skilled drivers ensure that you experience a dose of thrill therapy, flying within centimetres of the canyon walls and whipping past rocky outcrops. Then there's my personal favourite, the 360-degree spin.
They are the only activity operator permitted through the world-famous Shotover Canyons. These specifically designed boats have twin turbocharged V6 engines, needing only 10 centimetres of water to skim across. After shooting down the Shotover, it's back to our hotel, the Mercure St. Moritz, for a little relaxation before heading out to sample another famous part of Queenstown, the nightlife. We stopped in at Bar Up to sample their sophisticated cocktails. Then across the road to the roaring log fire at Bardo. With over 100 bars, clubs, pubs and restaurants, there is something to keep every parched and ravenous powder junkie very happy.
This scenic town has an energy all of its own, making it remarkably deserving of its reputation as New Zealand's adventure capital.
If you like what you have just seen and would love to experience it for yourself, then here is a great deal we can offer you through SkiMax. Ski the Remarkables and live Queenstown from $1,424 per person, which includes return flights to Christchurch, 7 days economy Europe car hire, 7 nights at the Mercure St Moritz and a 5-day lift pass. Conditions apply. Just think of the powder and the excitement. Call SkiMax on 1300 136 997 or visit skimax.com.au.
Charlie, aren't these views from the Hotham summit just incredible?
It is stunning.
I'm enjoying the sun actually, it's really nice.
Yeah, do you know what's really cool is what you can see on these sunny days? Over here, all the way to Mount Buller, and even if we look all the way over here, you can even see, if you look hard enough, Bawbor.
Bawbor, no way.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for the show for this week.
If there's been anything that you've liked and want to know more about, head to our website.
Snowshow.tv.
And remember, the best way to enjoy winter is in the snow.
Bye for now.
It's an all-new hour of laughs every Tuesday night on Channel 9, with all-new Frasier at 7:30, then 2.5 Men starring Charlie Sheen at 8 o'clock. Next, all the way from Montreal, the highlights of the World Swimming Championships thanks to Nine's Wide World of Sports.